Good day, students, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be talking about key squares. In the last video we learned how to use the rule of the squares to determine if the opposing king would be able to catch your passed pawn. Today, in this video, it is clear that the king is already in the square. Are we seeing that, class? The king is already in front of the pawn, so there is no way pushing that pawn makes sense. Let's look through it. Let's say I push this pawn. This is the suicide. King up, pushing the pawn, suicide, king up, pushing the pawn, bam! And then you're like, oh man, sir, I've lost my pawn. Well, it's because you played, in a crazy way. Alright? Let's go back. Now, the question is, what do I do in this particular position that you might ask? It is simple if you know about the rule of the square. Alright? Now let's talk about that. Now, if we know about the key squares, let's talk about that right now. The key squares, boys and girls, are squares that once the king is able to get to those squares, we are guaranteed victory, irrespective of who to play. So if it is white to play, we would still win. If it is black to play, we would still win. Alright? Now, the rule says that if the winning side can get to the key square before the losing side, then the winning side will win. But if the losing side can get to the key square first, then the game will draw. Now let's go to the position now. Let's see how we find the key squares. To find a key square of the pawn, everybody look on the screen now. We skip the first 3 squares in front of the pawn, and then the next 3 squares become the key square. Some people say you skip a rank and then the next squares become the key square. Now, let's pretend that the kings are not going to move now. Every time the pawn moves, the key squares changes. For example, if the pawn moves here, again, we got to skip the first 3 squares in front. We can call these squares critical squares. We're going to talk about these later on. And then the next 3 squares in front of them become the key squares. So let's move the critical squares. Good. If the pawn pushes again, the key square changes again. 1, 2, 3. Are you following me, class?
Yes, sir.
Now, once the pawn crosses the halfway line of the board, then the key square doubles. So if the pawn crosses here, then the critical squares also become key squares. Alright? Good. Let's get this king out of the way for now. Alright? If the pawn goes forward, again, all these squares become the key squares. And if the pawn goes forward, these squares become the key square. Alright? Now, let's go back all the way to the front. Good. Now, white plan is simple. Run to the key square, and then when I get to the key square, I try to advance the pawn. Black plan is simple. Try to stop white from getting to the key squares. Alright, let's go. Now, students, if that is your plan, what is your first move here for white? What is the first move here for white? Yes? What would be the first move here for white? Anybody can tell me? Yes, sir. Move the pawn? Alright. Somebody suggested moving the pawn. Is that correct? Why is moving the pawn a bad move?
Sir, because the king is in the square.
Very good. Moving the pawn is a bad move because by moving the pawn, I am moving the key square further away from my pawn. See my king here. This is my king here. If I move the pawn again, look. If I move the pawn again, I'm moving the key squares even further away from my king. If I move the pawn again, I am moving my key squares further away from the king. The rule says that the only way for me to win is if my king is in the key square or is on a key square. Are you understanding that?
Yes.
So if I have that understanding, right, what should be my first move here?
King should be to
Excellent. King to E2. Alright? Now, who could tell me why king to E2 is the best move here? Yes, sir. Yes. It moves the king closer to the key square. Now, black has to also rush the key square, so he plays king up. Alright? What should be my next move here?
King D3.
What?
King D3.
King to D3. Very good. Very good. Why king to D3 would be the best move here? Because again we are trying to get closer to the key squares. Alright? The black king moves forward again. What should be my move here?
King D4.
King to D4. Bam, ba-dam, ba-dam. You can call it as a great accomplishment. First step to victory. My king is on the key square, and now I am ready to finish off the game. Now, once I arrive on the key square, my plan is now simple. I am going to always try to find a way to go forward. What do I mean by go forward? I'm going to try to cross over to get more key squares. So if the king runs here, I'm going to run here in order to get more space. And if the king runs here, all right, let's overwrite that. If the king goes there, I'm going to run here to get more space. Are you following me, class? So it's like a sight exam. If he goes here, I go there. If he goes here, I go there. All right, let's get it now. So the king goes that way. Watch me. I go forward. Now the reason I go forward is because I need more space for my pawn to run. For example, if the king goes back, I get the opposition again. The king goes over, I go forward again. Now the key square of the pawn is here, 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 and I am way beyond my key square, so I know that I can push the pawn. So I push my pawn. Where's the key square of this pawn now?
C6.
Very good. C6, D6, and E6. Are we seeing that?
Yes.
So if the king is already on the key square, so can I push the pawn now?
Yes, sir.
Very good. My king is already on the key square, so I can push the pawn. Push. Now, the king goes down. Now we know that when we cross the halfway line, what happens to the key squares? They double. So all these squares become key square. So if I can step to any one of these squares, I am fine. Which one am I going to step to? The one in front of the pawn. Good. Then the king runs. Then I break for it. King down. And then the rest is history. And obviously the game is over. Are we seeing that? Let's go to another example. Doesn't matter where our pawns are. Let's go to another example. Let's take out two of these pawns, and we're going to move this pawn here. Good? We're going to move this king here. And we're going to move this king here. Alright? Now we are ready again. Look at this portion, boys and girls. Could you tell me the names of the key square here? I want a girl and a boy to tell me. Girls, I want a girl. Give me the name of one of the key squares here. Everybody? Alright, F5 is a key square. Remember, we find this key square by skipping the first three squares in front of the pawn. Alright, change those to yellow. Skip those three squares, and then the next three squares become the key square. Right? Now, can my king get to that key square? Yes. So what should be my first move here?
King F4.
King to F4. Brilliant. Now black comes closer. What should be my next move here?
King G4.
King to G4. G5. Thank you. Bam, ba-dam, ba-dam. I am right on a key square and I'm ready to finish off the game. Now it's time to fake him. In the direction he goes, I'm going to run the other way. He runs here. What direction I run now? Where do I run? F6. Very good, because I need to go forward a little bit more. Good. He comes up here. I'm already on a key square, so what do I do? Push the pawn. Good. I'm already on a key square. Remember, skip the first 3. 1, 2, 3. The next 3 in front becomes my key squares. So I can move these now. So I can push. Alright? These key squares, no doubles. So all these become my key squares, so I can step to anyone. Step over. He runs. Break for it. And now it's all over. Check. Check, not check. Queen. It could come off, yes. A better move would be to come off the edge, yes. Don't really matter still, same result. Alright? Queen, and now it's easy to win from here. Alright? I'm going to show you one last example, and then you're going to practice on your board. Alright? Let's go back. One more example. Alright, let's move the king, the pawn here. Alright, this is now the position. It's white to move. What should the white play here? Raise your hand if you figured it out. First, you know, we need to run to the key squares. What should white do in this position right here? Yes, sir. Pawn to c6. Pawn can't go to c6. What are you looking at? King to c6 can work. What else?
King B6.
King b6 can work also. Very good. Any one of those can work. But king to c6 is much stronger. It takes opposition right away. King to c6. King over. Where should I go now? Alright, let's see if king to d7 works. Is king to d7 a key square? Where's the key square of the pawn? Here, 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 here. Is the king on a key square now? And that is a mistake that many youngsters make. They forget when to break. Now the game is going to be a draw. King is going to step up. King is going to take the opposition. And the pawn is a goner. No, let's go back. Now, if we knew where the key square was, we know where to step. Where's the key square of the pawn here?
A6.
A6, B6, and? So if those are the key square of the pawn, where should I step?
B6.
B6 is the only key square I can step to. So I would step to my key square. Good. Now I can break for it. Guys, what you have to remember is that you always break when you only break for it if your king is immediately in front of the pawn. So right here, the king is immediately in front of the pawn, so we can break for it. If the king is not immediately in front of the pawn, don't think about breaking for it. Right? For example, in this example before, are the kings in front of the pawn now? So you know that you're not going to break for it after it moves here. But now, the king comes right in front of the pawn. So we know that we're going to break for it after he moves. So he moves, break for it. He comes up, push pawn. He goes down, what do we do? I know somebody was going to say push now. Push is going to stalemate the game. King b6, king over, king over, push the pawn, push the pawn, push the king, promote, and we are victorious. Alright students, I hope you understood the principle of the key square. It's now time to go into practice mode. We're going to practice it a million times in order to get it. Alright, those who are watching on YouTube, it was a pleasure having you, and we hope to see you in our next video. This is Coach Solomon signing out. Have a good day.